What is going up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. So we're going to be talking about the top automobile companies for stocks here. So we have a lot of very, very good ones, and then we have some that are a little cheaper, and then we have some that are more expensive here. So let's dive right into it. So the first one here is RACE. This is Race, or it's also known as Ferrari. All right, so this one has a pretty good upward trend here. This is on the max time frame, but that's pulled down to about 1 year, because if we're going to be looking at a stock for the long term, let's look at it for the year. So as you guys can see, that has a pretty hard support here, almost at, let's see what it's at. Hold on a sec. All right, so pretty hard support here at around 116, and it looks like it did break below it, so we could actually set an alert to notify us above it, because then we could get a little pop up, and then we could definitely make some money off this for a swing trade. But as a long-term investment, this stock finished up the year. Let's pull up this drawing tool. All right, so if you would have bought in 1 year ago, you would have pretty much broke even, up around 1%. So this one would not have been a fantastic one, but if you would have sold it at the peak, that would have been around a 44% profit. So this one has good swing trade opportunity, but for something long term, I would kind of move somewhere else, especially for this type of sector here in this automobile industry. We have stocks that pop up and fall, but this one just seems to be consolidating pretty decently. And if history tends to repeat itself, we could get another squeeze back up, and that would have been around a 17 0.51 percent profit just from this trade here, judging support and resistance lines. And if it breaks below this, we could try it at around 103, but most likely we will set an alert at around 118 to 120 for a confirmation of a buyers in control of the market, because then that will look a little better. But realistically, if we can break above this 200 moving average line, that's what we're going to do instead. We're going to wait till it breaks above this at around 125. Now you might be thinking, well, wouldn't that act as a resistance? Yes, that's why we're going to actually change it. Oh crap, what did I do? All right, so let's just set an alert here at 125. Create an alert here. All right, so now right when it breaks above this 200-day moving average line, we'll get notified and we'll be able to go long on it, and we'll set our stops just below either the 20-day or the 90-day moving average, because those tend to act as very strong support or resistance points. So that's what we're going to do for Ferrari. Not a very good long-term stock, but this stock we could definitely have a opportunity for a swing trade for sure in the future here. All right, next one, Ford, or ticker F. This one has been on a downward spiral, but what I really wanted to show you guys is this stock has a very, very strong, first it has very strong dividends. That's what is really keeping it from crashing here. But if you guys see, this is the max chart available. So this was in around 2008 when the stock hit $1. And this stock immediately got a whole bunch of, news and earnings report. It did very, very well and pushed all the way back up to about 18. And then it did the exact same thing, fell down to about 10, pushed back up to around 18. And then now it's just on this slow fall. And the reason why I put this one up on our chart here is for two reasons. First is we can most likely get a trade off it, if it hits this support or resistance line right here, pretty strong, support line here. and we might be able to get a scalp. But realistically, this stock is something for long term. Now, Ford released a article that they said they were going to spend around 40 billion, I believe, 40 billion on electric vehicles. And now this is going to be very, very important for the future because, as you guys know, we have all of these very, very large companies that are trying to go electric, like Tesla and a couple other ones. But you got to ask yourself, where do you see America or the world in the next 20 or 30 years? And if the electric car companies start taking over, Ford will be in the race because they have already invested money in electric vehicles. So this stock will most likely come up. But you could really hold off on buying it just to see if it just keeps falling. You guys can get a better price here, especially if we have a little bit of a downturn in the market. And if you can pick up Ford for, under $5, load up, and it will be fine. Ford's a very, very strong company. I would not be worried about it. All right, next one here. Now this next one we're going to be talking about, we got to pull up on 180 day here. Now this stock is NIO. This stock went from $5 to $14 within around a week. This stock just got a ton of momentum. A ton of articles hit MarketWatch and other financial investing sites, and it just went crazy. People bought tons of shares, and many people made money. But what happened is this stock hit a high and just fell down. Now, this stock is very, very good because it has a history of pushing up, and for traders, that's good. We want stocks that have that ability to gap up. But for long-term growth, we want a stock that is slowly moving up. But NIO is a company that is going to compete with Tesla, kind of like Ford. It's cheap now, but where do you see the automotive industry within the next 10, 15 years? Electric vehicles could be the wave of the future. I can pull up NIO car, and you guys can tell me what you guys think. All right, so NIO car. I'm just looking at on Google here. Let's see what happens here. Alrighty. So NIO car, and this is what I see. These cars look very, very cool. And so this could be another next generation type vehicle. Something very, very cool and something you guys should look forward to. You always got to do research before you buy any stock. But this one is pretty strong. I do have an alert set because this is where a recent support line is, and I want to be notified if it pushes down because then I will buy more shares. I currently got in at around $6 in that range, and I just continued to hold. I was up double my investment, didn't sell. So now I'm looking long term. I bought this stock knowing it was going to be a long-term type deal. So if it just keeps slowly making new highs, maybe I'll sell at $30 or $40, and that will quadruple my investment. All right, next one here, and this stock is, $7.45. So this would be someone perfect who is young and has that ability to risk more money for retirement than someone who is a little older. All right, next one here is WGO. This stock right here is something I'm not sure the name here. I can't read it, but I really just looked at this stock just because. So this is the 180 day mark. Now let's pull up max available. All right, so this stock has had previous history of popping all the way down. So, but realistically, this stock has an upward trend. It can fall down and pop up, fall down, and now it's popping back down. So what we could most likely do, set an alert at around 335 in that range, and then when we get a pop up, we can definitely buy some shares and make some money off it for sure on a nice little swing trade. But for long-term investing, I would, let's see what the 1 year mark is. I believe 1 year mark, you'd actually be down. So this stock in the past 1 year, you'd be down around 30%. So you always got to keep that in mind when you're going to swing trade this stock, because it has that downward trend, and you got to be cautious of that, because now when it pops up, it will most likely hit a previous resistant point and it will crash back down. So you always got to be cautious of that. And this stock's around $30, so it is a little more expensive, and it's on a downward trend, rather something like NIO, which has a slow uptrend but has that ability to gap up. All right, next one here is GM. We all know General Motors, very, very good company. But the reason why I wanted to show you guys this is because they are doing a ton of cool stuff as well with the electric vehicles. Just like Ford, this stock is falling down within the past year. So you could be able to get a very, very good buy on it. But what I would do is I would wait for a break over 200 moving average line, especially if you're going to swing trade this, because once it breaks over, as you guys can see, it breaks over, it pushes all the way up. So now it just got a huge sell-off, and now it's pretty much falling down a ridiculous amount. Alrighty here. So, let's pull it up on the max day chart, and let's see how it looks like this. Max day, downward trend, something not too good. This is most likely around 2008. Many people, if they would have bought into General Motors, they would have been, pretty well. But people who were buying in at that time, they must have been a very risky type trader. But if you could load up on shares, look how well you would have done. You would have been up 2,000%, and then year to date around 3,000. So that would be a fantastic investment if you could buy at peak bottom. But realistically, you're going to buy somewhere in this range. And this stock in the past has previously tapped all of these very, very high goals. You just got to be cautious of where you see this company in the future. All right, next one here is Google. Now you might be saying, this isn't an automobile company. Why are you talking about Google when we're talking about cars and automotive stuff? Well, Google is very, very into that automobile field. They want that autonomous vehicles. They want to be in it. They're just like Apple, they are highly invested in many car companies. They are a big supporter of technology in cars, safe driving, stuff like that. So that's what I always look for. Something that's not a automobile industry but has that power and has multiple different things that they're interested in. So it gets different investors from each thing. So if you love automobile stuff and you just heard something, oh, Google's buying, let's say Google's investing in Ford. Now, if you're an automobile guy, you might be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna buy a share of Google and see what happens. So if they're invested in multiple different sectors, you're gonna have different investors for each, all going to one stock, which is gonna drive that price, and you're gonna make money off it. So you always got to be cautious of that, though. So these are my top automobile companies that I'm looking for over the course of, for some of them over the course of a month, for some over the course of 15, 20 years. So that's it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please sure to like, subscribe, comment if you're new to the channel. Another thing, if you guys want to be part of that Discord chat room, where is it? Over here? Wait. Here? I don't know. Yeah, alright. Wait, where is it? Over here, this Discord chat. That'll be down below. We talk about stocks, long-term, swing trades, day trades. Very motivated and entrepreneur type atmosphere. It's 100% free. You don't got to worry about paying anything. Alright, so remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. Take care.